I thought we're going to come. If I had known they weren't
No,
going to
no,
come, I
no,
would have
no.
been
You're,
gone.
you're still
Okay.
looking. You're still looking for the rent. Good afternoon, Miss Bridgeforth. I just want to say how much it has been an honor and a privilege to be your guest and that of Brother Billy here, and of course, by extension, Brother Greg and Brother Nick at Bridgeforth Farms. And I just want to thank you also for dinner because I put this right here. This is what you prepared, and it's quite delicious. But tell me what it is like to be the wife of a successful black farmer in the 21st century. Because this morning, and I just will say this, I was supposed to be up, I think, to move out by 6. So I put my alarm for 5, only to find out I was supposed to have moved out at 5. I should have alarmed at 4. So I got a call at about 5:30. Gabe, are you all right? So I said, yeah, I'm going to get my shirt on.
You're good. He called you instead of coming over and beating on your door.
Yes. So tell me, what's it been like?
Okay, well, you mentioned time for some reason this morning early. Well, I always get up early, so that wasn't a problem for me. And I was always somewhat used to being out on the farm and chopping and picking cotton when I was younger. But
so you're a farmer, as
farmer's daughter.
Hollywood as you look, you actually were a farmer.
But I wanted to know that I didn't want to come back and be a farmer. That's why I was determined to go to school.
And where did you go to school? Where did you go to school, Miss Davis?
Undergrad, Tennessee State University in Nashville, and then graduate school for master's in anesthesia at the University of Tennessee.
Outstanding. So you're an anesthesiologist?
I'm a nurse anesthetist, nurse practitioner for anesthesia.
Okay.
But the thing is, this must have been what was meant. It was meant for me to come back to farming, I guess. Yes. Right? But I'm pretty sure not only Bill, but Greg and anyone else who spends a lot of money on this equipment is kind of glad that I probably don't come out. So this is one example. I don't know if Greg remembers. Bill probably didn't tell him. But I was so excited. I really, really wanted to help, right? So one day they were really kind of behind on help. I was so excited that I could help. And I don't have no problem driving a truck. That's not a problem. But I was pulling the head for one of the combines, right? So I got the truck up to let it be loaded onto the combine. No, for the combine to get it off and get the head on the trailer.
Yes.
Well, one of their best guys ever too, he had gotten the head off the combine and it was on the trailer. I go, yes, I'm going to be efficient. I'm getting ready to go. And I took off and it wasn't secure.
Oh, so the change is supposed to put the chains on.
Something was secured on before you leave, I'm sure. And I probably almost messed up a very expensive piece of equipment. Right?
This costs about $500,000.
So.
And she asked her for back rent.
So did it slide off?
I was so excited to be able to help, but it really scared me because I really thought I had damaged something, which is a major piece of equipment, not only expensive to repair, but a delay in getting the harvest in.
Yes.
And so I went like, okay, that's it. I don't know.
But it didn't,
you know what, Gabe? Guess what? Maybe I did it on purpose, and then this way he doesn't ask me to come out and help anymore.
Well, let me tell you what you done. You're right. He didn't tell me about that. But you taking show that head at the shop with the whole gearbox laying on the ground. That's probably from what you done.
Oh wow.
Oh, so now do I owe you something now? Oh yeah. Came back around, Gabe. I owe you money now. Crap.
Right on there.
Yes, indeed.
But that kind of let you know I was so excited about the possibility of being able to help them, and I wanted to be efficient, and then I was too efficient and almost broke something.
Yes.
So now, Gabe, I just stay home, and then I go to work, and I save people's lives, and I just come back home.
But you go by the field now and again, of course.
Only if I have to.
Yeah. But any comment, to young folks coming up on the importance of farming in our community?
Well, I still think it's a backbone, I should say. I do. I think it's a root system. It's a part of the foundation. There's no need to have a really, really tall building if you don't have a deep foundation.
Yes.
Because you're still going to lose the building.
Right.
So I think it is. I think these guys are so important. and it is likely that they go unappreciated,
Yes.
right? But my dad used to say that they can come and take a bucket of your land as much as they want, but it's still going to be there for you. And that's one of the things I think that Bill's family does.
Yes.
They're always ready to invest in, it seems, in purchasing land, because that's always going to be a solid rock and a solid foundation, I think, in the end.
Someone once said, God don't make no more land.
Yeah.
And so I just want to thank you again.
Yeah.
And
So I
the
have
mess-
total respect for them. I
Yes.
do medicine and I like doing it. Wouldn't trade it for anything, but I have total respect for the
Well,
work that they do.
when you come back to Maryland area with Billy and certainly Brother Greg, Brother Nicholas, we'll take you out to Annapolis, and we'll make sure you don't get any seafood, but we'll take you out there. You like it. It's
Good.
quaint.
We want to go sailing. Can you take us sailing?
We can arrange that.
You know.
I don't have a boat, but
You know how to swim, though, right?
I can do
You
that.
can swim.
Yeah.
Very good.
What hobbies do you have?
Sorry, sir?
What hobbies do you have?
Brother Greg, it's a very good question. My wife would say none. I mean, I my spare time I read and write. That's it. I mean, I like looking at a good movie, and once in the blue moon we'll go to the Kennedy Center, look at a show or something. But
You don't golf?
well, I helped organize the ski game and golf tournament at the base, Andrews Air Force Base, and support it, and I sponsor it. But I've always felt I'm a perfectionist. I like to succeed, and I just felt if I would spend 8 hours chasing after a white ball and didn't go into the hole, I'd be very frustrated.
No motorcycle?
No motorcycle, it sounds like a dull life for Brother Greg. Yeah.
I don't golf either. So.
Yeah, there you go. So we're in the same boat. I love history. I'm like you. I love history. Brother Nicholas. Good afternoon, sir. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And tell me a little bit about yourself. Who's your father and mom? Role in Bridgeforth Farms.
My father is Greg Bridgeforth. My mom is Cheryl Bridgeforth. I'm 20 years old. I really enjoy being out here working at the farm, being a part of something bigger, and being a part of that Bridgeforth legacy. It's a great opportunity that not everybody gets to have nowadays. So.
Yeah, not everybody gets to be in the New York Times. That's where I first saw you. And I think the caption said, Nicholas Bridgeforth is being persuaded by his father to get into agriculture, and he's thinking about it, something like that. And you had that red dust. I know about that red dust, right? So what would you say to your young friends, who are interested, or maybe not even interested, they may be unaware of the Bridgeforth legacy and the importance of agriculture? What would you say to them? What would your message be? Yeah, let's yeah, that's better.
I guess I would say, you mean to explain what the legacy is about?
Yes, sir.
I tell them, like I said before, it's so great to be a part of something, bigger than you, and you learn a lot about where your family has been, where they've come from, and it really motivates you to push harder and take it to new places.
Outstanding. And you think like young people, for instance, once they would understand that legacy and understand the role of agriculture in human survival, with that sort of education, that there'd be more interest, you think?
I believe it would.
Okay, so would you mind rather being a brand ambassador for the National Black Growers Council and Bridgeforth Farms to take the message forth? I think you'd be a mighty fine ambassador, sir. Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Brother Greg, I know you're the historian, and at least he understands the legacy and he's proud of it. Any thoughts?
Well, yeah, it's a big world, and glad to have him working with us. It's always a father dream to have his sons to follow
Yes,
behind him.
Yes, sir.
And so I'm really excited about that. And try to do what I can to, prepare them for what's ahead of them.
Yes, sir.
It's not an easy life, but it's a good life.
Yes, sir.
And if you're doing something you're enjoying, it's not really a job. That's what allow us to work 12, 14, 16, 18 hours occasionally. And occasionally I have done 36 hours. It's because that's what you love and that's what you chose to do. So I'm one of the few in the world that's blessed to get to do what they want to do.
That's amazing. I just want to say something that I know it's every parent's delight. I have a son. He's very polite, and Nicholas came by here, and he was gracious and very polite. So you've done not just a great job farming in the way of agriculture, but in raising up a fine young man, sir.
I give that credit to his mama.
Well, there you go. You're gracious. Brother Billy, I just want to thank you, sir, for the past couple of days. We've had a great time, and to see you work. And the first day you moved from doing the agriculture bit and looking at the cotton seeds and whether it was spaced out to going under the hood. I thought you were a farmer, but it looked to me like you're also a mechanical engineer. So you wear different hats. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity to accompany you and to work with the National Black Girls Council and, of course, Bridgeforth Farms, and to be welcome into your family. I felt very honored.
There's one important thing I'd like to say, Gabe.
Yes, sir.
That I've never, in my 41 years of farming, seen someone as beautiful and gracious go to a machine and turn it off like Avis did. That was phenomenal.
Okay.
I mean, man, she climbed up there. She sit in that seat. Didn't have to look forward. It's like she'd been driving it for years,
Well,
she did a terrific job.
Well,
Not real hard.
good leadership.
There's just one key switch.
So whatever damage she did to that head, we even.
Even Stephen.
We even.
That's what Greg said. Greg said.
Even with you.
Greg said it's even with you.
That's your part.
Now that Greg knows the story, I'm gonna be paying for a long time, I think.
So,
We are even. Say she
Johnny-
don't get no more rent.
Johnny didn't tell you either. Oh, see, I like those.
so this is the first time you
That's my first
I
time
like
here.
Johnny. Johnny didn't tell. He kept it.